In a small village near the banks of the Volta River, a young boy named Kofi often asked the elders questions that no one dared to answer. Why do people fight when there is enough for everyone? Why does some knowledge stay hidden while others suffer? The villagers laughed at him, but an old storyteller, known only as Grandfather Gbagbo, looked at Kofi with keen eyes. "Come closer, boy," Gbagbo whispered one evening as the sun dipped into the river. "I will tell you the story of ANANSI the spider, the trickster who once held all the wisdom in the world and how he changed it forever." Kofi's eyes widened. He had heard of ANANSI before, in songs, in whispers, in childhood rhymes, but he had never heard the full story. Long ago, the world was quiet but empty. People had bodies, voices, hearts, but they had no wisdom. Every decision led to disaster. Crops failed, rivers flooded, and villages argued endlessly. All wisdom was kept by sky god Nyame, who feared that humans would misuse it. It was hidden in a giant calabash in the clouds, guarded by spirits that no man could trick. ANANSI, small, clever, and cunning, watched humans struggle. He said to himself, "If I can get this wisdom, I will become the cleverest being in the world, and perhaps I can help these humans too." ANANSI went to Nyame, disguised as a simple, hungry spider. "Oh, mighty sky god," ANANSI said, bowing his 8 legs, "I wish to serve you. Please grant me a task to prove my loyalty." Nyame laughed, a booming sound that shook the clouds. "If you can bring me the world's most dangerous animals, then I will consider your cleverness. Only then may you claim wisdom." ANANSI accepted the challenge, though many thought it impossible. ANANSI traveled across forests and rivers. He captured the python, long and sly, the hornet, fast and stinging, the lizard, tiny but clever. Each capture was a feat of trickery. ANANSI used wit, not force. He lured the python with riddles. He tricked the hornets into thinking he was a bigger predator. He deceived the lizard into climbing into a calabash. Finally, he returned to Nyame with the captured creatures. "Well done, little spider. Now you may claim the wisdom of the world. But you must keep it wisely, for wisdom misused becomes dangerous." Nyame handed ANANSI a giant calabash carved from the oldest tree in the sky. Inside was every secret of the universe: how to grow crops, heal the sick, speak the truth, read the stars, and understand the heart of man. ANANSI was overjoyed. He could not wait to share it, but he became greedy. "If I give some wisdom to the humans, I will lose the power it brings me," he thought. He hid the calabash in a tall tree in the forest. Only he could climb to it. Only he could hold the secrets. At first, humans tried to ask ANANSI for wisdom. "Please, little spider, teach us how to grow food. Please, tell us how to cure the sick." But ANANSI refused. He boasted, "All wisdom is mine. Without it, you remain weak and foolish." Villages quarreled. Famine struck. Rivers dried up. The world cried out for help. Meanwhile, Kofi, centuries later in our modern village, listened intently. Grandfather Bakbo leaned closer. And so, you see, boy, Anansi thought wisdom was power. But wisdom is not meant to be hoarded. That is why the world today shares knowledge, slowly, carefully, through teaching, books, and stories. Kofi nodded. Something inside him sparked. I understand. Wisdom is not mine to keep. It is mine to share. Legend says Anansi realized his mistake. To prevent humans from being destroyed by ignorance, he broke the calabash. Wisdom spilled into the wind, scattered across the earth. Some into rivers, some into forests, some into human hearts. Thus, humans could learn, grow, and teach one another. But no one could claim all wisdom ever again. Anansi still watches, the eternal trickster, sometimes helping, sometimes teasing, but always reminding humans, share what you know, or it becomes poison. Grandfather Bakbo leaned back, eyes twinkling. Kofi, remember, true wisdom is not in keeping secrets. It is in teaching, helping, and sharing. Even the cleverest may fail if they hoard knowledge. That is why Anansi is both hero and trickster, and why his story lives forever. Kofi smiled, the river reflecting the sunset like molten gold. He knew one thing: he would not make Anansi's mistake. And that, my friends, is how wisdom travels, slowly, carefully, from heart to heart.